For our farms over there by the entrance. If you guys are hungry, go ahead and get in line.
He is. He's the. Okay.
Right now. Thank you. I'm gonna put this here. Sure, that works. Just make some room for my family trying to eat over there. Put my jacket in the way.
I don't know. I got used to it, like I remember singing.
Not gonna be the one either.
You making fun of our wrinkles?
Anything you learn.
Oh, yeah.
Come back and nominate.
I'll cover for you. I'm not doing anything. Are you sure? Okay.
See there?
Thank you, appreciate that.
I'm glad.
Right here.
Yeah, I told him to. Holding it down.
Let's play on here. No, I heard.
Yes.
Because it's using our team, right? Wait, do they go see the vacation? Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah.
Any part of
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you this morning. Good morning. We are about to start with a video from one of our sponsors in class of '88. A video from Bert Parnell, one of our gracious sponsors for this event. We're going to start with a video from him.
Hello, everyone. Greetings to the Albuquerque High School Letterman's Club. I'm Bert Parnell, and I'm sorry I couldn't be here with you tonight. Albuquerque High holds a special place in my heart. As a member of the class of 1988, my best memories and biggest lessons came from my time competing as a Bulldog. That's why supporting the A Club has meant so much to me over the years. The tradition of honoring athletes, preserving our school's legacy, and supporting the next generation is something truly special. To tonight's honorees, congratulations. Being recognized by this group says a lot about your dedication, your work ethic, and the example you set for others. You represent the very best of what Albuquerque High Athletics stands for. Thank you to the Letterman's Club for everything you do to keep the Bulldog spirit strong. Have a wonderful evening and go Bulldogs.
No, I don't. That doesn't. You can. Set it up with a trophy.
All right, welcome everybody. Name's Andrew Romero, the president of the Lebanese Club. Thank you again for coming. This is our second annual back for 6 or 7 years off. We doubled last year attendance, so Bulldogs are starting to come out more and more every year. We want to keep this running, so again, thank you for your support. What we're going to do first is, before I start announcing our MC on, Trini Salas to stand, please. I need, keep standing, sir. I need, next there. I need Lorena Garcia to stand. I need Mr. Kenny Thomas to stand. And last but not least, Mr. Romero Brown. All these four are being inducted to our Hall of Fame. I know a lot of students and people always ask me, where's the Hall of Fame? Those plaques up there. Even today, I was educated saying those plaques up there are by the history of Albuquerque High. And tonight, the 10 people that we induct are going to be part of the history of Albuquerque High. So these four here made a promise to the Albuquerque High Club board and all of us that we're going to give awards of the canvases for the inductees to take home. But I knew these four were coming, so I wanted to make sure they got theirs. So the girls are going to go ahead and present them theirs. They may not look the same, girls, so just start looking to see who's closest.
Hater.
And then ladies, if you can still come back up, because we still got a couple more awards here for you. The first one I want to give is to a gentleman that's been here for, I don't know how many years, but he's been here for a little bit of time. He's actually showing more and more that he's becoming a true Bulldog. I think he's from Alaska, if I'm not mistaken. He stayed here last night and helped us. Has always been on board with us, so we'd like to award our after we bring the chat. All right. Now this individual, she was a student here. She was a cheerleader here at one state. She was a coach of the cheerleaders. She's been in APS administrator now. She's one of our backbone. She does a lot of behind the scenes things. She helped us get her here. And we wanted to honor her as well. Jessica Martinez. Right, and on final two, since Albuquerque High opened the old school back in 1905 was, I'm not for sure. They've been part of the Alumni Association. They've been very giving to us, they backed us. They're not even paying attention to us. But Miss Finley, would you come stand up, please? And Marcy Henning. They've been part of the 16 for 20, 25 years. We wanted to give them accolades as well. So ladies, stand up.
I'll buy it. I'll buy the stuff.
Before I hand everything over again, I couldn't do this without my word and everybody that's been here. Again, they do a lot of behind the scenes things. One of them saying, well deserved, I think she represents all the Bulldogs. Manuel Terrell, state championship. Women's basketball in 2019, part of our work. We got Dominic Rivas, 1993 state champion. We got another educator. I'm sorry, not Sanchez. Oh, but all right. And last but not least, I gotta talk about this, so this is my final thing. He's a very humble gentleman. When I was 8 or 9 years old, my dad took me in the Albuquerque High basketball game.
Okay,
It was
these are
1977.
these are 20 funnel. See how much the hats are.
Oh my God, I used to go home, play in the backyard. Beach snakes. One week. This is just related to. Next thing you know, it's on the board. So when I go, it's on the board. But it turns out, back in the day, these gentlemen, he was missing something. He was a state champion. He was a district champion. But he never had his better jacket. So I figured our team, our staff would honor Mr. Trini. And Trini, point out your jackets. Thanks, Trini. I had to talk to your wife. She said that's between you and her. She knew since last year, my friend. She didn't last year. It's well deserved. You see, it's coming up. Yeah, absolutely. I know. It's the state champions on into 1977. Thank you. All right, so let's start our festivities and get everything going here. So before we start, I'm going to introduce this gentleman. He's graduated in 1988. No, he knows this. Right. He played football. Now he's an actor. He's a director, producer. He's the one that wrote and produced and he's acting in the Boneyard, the one that for Mel Gibson about the West Coast Emergency. This gentleman is the one that brought it. Thank you, Shannon. He's also been having a don't tell you your, but our MC for the day. In second.
All right, welcome everyone. Today we're gonna get started with our first individual coming in. Okay, so our first person up today is going to be Richard Romero, but to introduce him is going to be Mr. Trini Salas.
In the mic.
I'll be introducing our keynote speaker, Richard Romero. This gentleman grew up in the hood of Panelas in downtown Albuquerque.
He attended Sacred Heart Catholic School, Coronado Elementary, Washington Junior High, and Albuquerque High School, where he graduated in 1962. While at Albuquerque High, he entered 2 years in football, 2 years in baseball, and 3 years in basketball. He went on to higher education, earning a Bachelor of Science degree in education from the University of Albuquerque. I know you all wonder where's that? St. Vincent. And a master's degree in educational administration from New Mexico State University. He began his teaching career as a science teacher at Wilson Junior High and continued as a teacher and home liaison at Polk Junior High. That's where I taught for 30 years. He then served 6 years in New Mexico Air National Guard for 2 years of active duty during the Vietnam War. Thank you for your service. He returned to education and served as the principal at Albuquerque High, Sarnia High School, and was assistant superintendent until he retired in 1995. Mr. Romero entered politics in 1992 and served as a state senator in the New Mexico State Legislature for 12 years, the last 4 as attendant president pro tem. He has been a candidate for the U.S. Congress and the mayor of Albuquerque. He is currently a governmental affairs lobbyist and educational consultant representing educational, health, and nonprofit groups. He is also a member of the Albuquerque High Hall of Fame, and his plaque is up there on the wall. I've known this gentleman all my life. We grew up in the neighborhood of Varelas, lived across the street from each other, and he was also my high school principal in 1977 in Albuquerque. So with all that said, it's my honor and my privilege to introduce to you Mr. Richard Romero. Thank you, Trini. Wow. This is, pretty intimidating, by the way. No. Trini grew up across the street, right in my head. Right in the middle of it. I'm sorry. We grew up together. Extremely well. Anyway, he asked me one day if I'm willing to speak to his groups. Different shops, you know, everybody knows. Public speaking is not a strong suit to be honest with you. But I'll give it a shot. Anyway, yes, it's fun. To me. One of the best. Especially like with you. I'll give it a shot. My first year as a Bulldog was 1959. It was at the old school. It was a sophomore. And I remember that first semester, I broke my arm playing football, so I was out the entire first semester. But I remember that those days we had great athletes at Alice. One of them is right here with us, Bobby Santiago. You know, Bobby is, we used to say, was from the hood. He was a role model for a lot of us at the hood. Not only athletic, we knew he was good, but he was also role model for us in the classroom. He really truly was a good citizen. Personify excellence. I always look at him as a model. My first year as principal was here at the new school in 1976. Greg Pat, you and I were newbies, remember? And we were young. Alan Armijo, where are you? I know I saw you earlier. Most of them. And they kind of went across the brandings. We had an administration that was very, very concerned to defend their hair, but today's world we don't, right? Linda Sink, she was another person that worked with us. We hired her out of college, and worked with us as a teacher and then principal and everything in the world, and she was one of the true great bulldogs. Let me expand a little bit on my role as a principal first before I get into athletics. I was really young in those days, and there was a lot of social change. I think I was 30 years old when it's kind of scary. It's scary than it is standing up here, believe me. It was a memorable year, 1976, a time of tremendous social change. The long war in Vietnam was just beginning to wind down. Our local school board just banned corporal punishment. It was also America's bicentennial, 50 years ago. Apple Computer was founded that year. And those of you that really like underdog stories, the movie Rocky made its debut. Another big social change, maybe one of the bigger ones, was of Title IX, where women's sports are given equal access to facilities, etc. Put it on par with the men's programs, believe it or not. 76, that was also the year that the football team led by James Bell. Remember James? Terrific athlete. They almost won the state championship. They were that good. The boys basketball team was a state champion, right, Trini? The golf team was a state champion. The gymnastics team was a state champion. Other teams, both boys and girls, performed very well, continuing a tradition of athletics. Let me just kind of divert a little bit away from athletics and talk about who we are as a community. Albuquerque High School encompasses many neighborhoods, but one bulldog identity. It has reflected the city that it represents. Our students come from different neighborhoods. We name just a few of them. Wells Park, Parelas, Sawmill, South Broadway, The Sticks, Altura Park, Spruce Park, or Pill Hill as we used to call it. Old Town, or sad, Martinez Town or Dog Town as we call it. The Southeast Heights, Uranes, Netherwood Park, and the far south, Kirtland Edition. Different neighborhoods, different histories, different cultures, and very different life experiences. I've always believed that when you put on the green and white, those differences become strengths. Every pass, every lap, every goal, every moment of sacrifice speaks to